I want to tell y'all about this dream that I had the other day, but it wasn't really a dream. I really have been working a lot more on my traveling, and yeah, let's just say it was that. So basically, the dream started off like a pile of dust, like just a dust cloud came over me and the people that I was staying with. It was like we was in these apartments. Now, mind you, I don't even know what this area is. But again, I was traveling, so hey. Next thing you know, the dust cloud comes over, and then after that, I start seeing pieces of the land levitate. On those pieces of land, it was like the cities were the ones that separated from the rest of the earth. So the country and all of that stuff, like if you lived on the outside of the cities, you didn't levitate. You could literally see the inside of the ground up under the cities. But they were shaped like pyramids, upside down pyramids, with the cities on top. And I just remember yelling, I told y'all, I tried to tell y'all. And everybody around me was looking at me like I was crazy, but they also was like, okay, so what's next? And so I jumped like really high into the city, and I saw that the people on the cities, they weren't alive. They were like worker bees. And that's what was causing the city to levitate. So I jumped off of the city back onto the ground, back onto the level plane of earth, and then I went into where the city like stemmed from. But it looked like a cave with water at the bottom. And every hour, I think, or every so often, there were these pulses that were being sent out of the top of the pyramid, which would have been the bottom of the floating city. And so it was like I was just floating there watching these swimmers, these scuba divers, try to utilize these pulses to keep the city floating. But in order to do that, it had to be aimed correctly. So you had people down there constantly trying to make sure everything was lined up. And once it lined up and the little pulse was sent out of the pyramid, again, it kept the city floating. And so one time when they was doing it, I got in the way to like see what would happen, and basically the pulse sent me up into the city, but through the pyramid, like a portal, if you will, a whirlwind. So I hopped back off the city, jumped back onto the ground, and when I got back onto the ground, the people that were on the ground were pretty much like people who were disabled, people who, were mentally challenged, quote unquote, and also, elderly people and babies. Basically, society's weakest links. And there were these little skin things that were running around trying to get them, because obviously they weren't up at the top with the city. And so my job, because I had already known what was going on, was to protect them and guide them. And in order to do that, they had to be housed in these buildings that were old looking brick buildings, like buildings that looked like they were from Tartaria. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't have no clue where I traveled, but I know that that's a message that I've been sitting on for a couple of days, and I felt like I needed to share. If you have any comments, don't hesitate to leave them down below. And if you have any speculation as to what this is about, like I said, don't hesitate to leave it down below in the comments. But all of this is for entertainment purposes. These are my theories, thoughts, and opinions. I am not trying to inform or persuade anyone of anything. This is not misinformation. And yeah.